So I figured I would do your video tour before I left. So this is the living room. That's the front porch. There's Dad and his beer and Grandma. Grandma's awake. And then they've got, this is the side from outside. That's Bonnie's camp over there, you can see. That's the old ice box, and they just store blankets and games in there now. But it's functioning ice box. It just doesn't have ice in it anymore. And then that's the gas fireplace. It used to have a wood fireplace and it went into the chimney, but the new owners, they wanted gas, so it just vents outside. This is the kitchen. And you see where that beam is where the addition that Dad built is. An island. And there's the height chart for our family. We did Owens, and it's right there. And then the one when he was 2 is right there. And then I saw the little doorbell for the potty, and there's the bathroom. Downstairs bathroom, laundry room and utility room, and the hot water heater and the water tank. The water comes from the lake, but there's a reverse osmosis machine underneath the sink, so you can have filtered water, but it still tastes like the lake. So we bring our own. This is the ore room where all the outdoor stuff is kept, and fishing poles and whatnot. And then back here, this is the back porch where the grill is. The grill's plumbed right into the house, so it doesn't have a propane tank. It just goes with everything else. This is the wood shed, but they store more paddles and stuff. Excuse me, in the backyard and Bonnie's camp, and then the back of the camp right here, there. You see the chimney and I don't know what the ladder is there for. The roof leaks a little bit. Maybe that's what they put up there. But anyway, there used to be a bridge from this window. It's a window now, but you can see where it was a doorway, and it went across over to here, and there was an outhouse up there in the woods, and that was your bathroom originally, but the outhouse is rotted into the ground, and they tore the bridge down because you couldn't walk across it anymore when they redid it. I may have some pictures in that photo album Mom gave me, but anyway, this is the other side of the lake. And if you go up over the mountain here, it takes you back over to Hardwick. And then go upstairs, back through the kitchen. It's pretty rustic. It's only 3 seasons, so it's closed down in the wintertime. Always has been. And then upstairs is where all the bedrooms are. And there are 4 indoor bedrooms, 2 outdoor bedrooms. And so you can see where we patched the hole for the bridge that went across. I don't know if you can't, I think they tore it down completely, but you used to be able to see the outhouse out here. That's where Garcia Lorca took a shit. So Dad kept the toilet seat. See, this is that dude. Anyway, so this is the room I slept in the first night. And that bed's uncomfortable, so I moved. I didn't sleep much. But you can see they're all partitions. So when it rains, you get all the loud sounds, but it drowns out everybody else. So it's pretty quiet up here at night. So this is the first room. We used to call it the Queen's room because Hopi, that was her room, and they picked on her. So they called it the Queen's room, but not to her face. And then I slept back here. This is the private room, but she's got it locked. But you can sort of see in there. It's like, it's hard, but you can see it is a newer room. It's part of the addition. And the addition starts right here. And this is where I slept, back here in this room. I don't know where that came from. I think Bonnie, because she moved from North Carolina, gave them that, but some stuff is ours or was given to them and from us, and some isn't. So this is like I don't know, I guess it's the starlight room. There's a bunch of like moonchild hippie shit in here. So this is the bathroom. upstairs bathroom, toilet, fresh water for brushing your teeth. All the water that comes in is from the lake, so you have to be careful not to drink from the sink. And you saw this. This is the vanity. This is the shower. And there's a seat in here, and it's just pretty standard. But at least you can take a hot shower if you need to. And then back out here, this is one of the sleeping porches. This is the one to the, if you're looking at the camp, this is clearly on the left-hand side. But this is one of them. We put the tarps on the beds to keep the moisture off if the room's not being used. And this is one of them. And then almost slipped. And all the floors are just pine boards like what we had in the bathroom, and what this basically the subfloor, what the hardwood house was. But we had that in the bathroom. So, and then this is the room we're here. I stayed in when I was a kid, but it's tiny, but they ended up putting a full bed in here, and this is where Owen had stayed those couple of nights. And then this is the room my parents sleep in, which is the biggest sleeping porch. And you come up here and you can see the whole lake. But it's kind of nice to wake up on this side because you get that cool breeze coming in the morning, and it slowly, gently wakes you up. That's the original pontoon boat, but they've kind of bastardized it. It's not the original motor, and it's not hooked up to the steering anymore, so you got to till it. And that's a sailboat I took out, but that's right where I left it. That's where I found it too. So, had a little swim platform, but I didn't go swimming. That's Yanni's camp. Dad was talking about maybe buying that, but he didn't. He wasn't serious about it. So, and you can see better like how it's kind of laid out up here. So, not a terrible amount of privacy, but if you're by yourself, it's quite private. And this is the last of the 3 sleeping porches. And this is the one if I slept on a porch when I was a kid, this is where I slept. In fact, Molly shit right there on that bed when I was sleeping one night. And I was not happy. But yeah, these trees have grown up. You can't see as much of the camp as you used to be able to. And then we're back over here out in the hallway, main hall, and head downstairs. And then outside, you just go down the stairs and you're at the lake. That used to be a restaurant. It's not an apartment house. It was a restaurant in Roller Rink when my mom was growing up. And if you look between the trees there, I don't know if I can zoom in or not, you can see the little lifeguard tower between the 2 peninsulas. There's a whole nother lake over. Well, it's not another lake. It's the same lake, but about a little smaller than this side. This goes all the way down there. The boat launch is beyond that beach around the corner, about, I don't know, maybe an eighth of a mile. And that's the Boy Scout camp on that side. But on the other side where you see those RVs, that's where the Cub Scout camp is. So they share the same space, but there's nobody there right now. It's all closed down for the summer. And this is the road. This road's closed in wintertime. We came out here, but I think the road was closed. We could only go so far. Camp was locked up. We only looked through the windows. That camp was redone when I was in high school. It used to be just a shack, but and then goes around. This is a lot better dock than we had. We just had a wooden one that came out to about probably this far. But this is a pontoon boat. You can see this is all rotten. It never was. They took out, there was benches in here that matched this. They took them out and threw them away, and then they put a different carpet down. I'm debating whether or not it's outdoor carpet or not. And they bought a new motor for it, but they were too cheap to buy the motor that went with it. So now if you steer it, you can't use the steering wheel. You've got to use that till and sit back there. But I'll show you that picture of Owen. So there's a swim platform. And you see that there's a camp out there. They rent the beach and stuff and do like conferences and family reunions and shit. I think we had a family reunion there once. And a lot of, not too many boats. A couple. And there's a kayaker out there, but that's all we've really seen all week. These people have this giant pontoon boat right here, and the guy was trying to fish, and they took it out. That's the one that they were trying to dump those girls on. But here's the camp from the outside. And you see that's the top there, and the top center is that big porch. And then that little shed there behind Mom's car, that's the water pump shed that pumps the water from the lake into the camp. And that's Bonnie's house. That camp actually used to be 3 stories, but the top story burned back in the 40s or something like that. And they left the chimney there, but they put a new peak on it, so the chimney goes up a lot further than it's supposed to. But I've seen Bonnie a couple of times, and she's still just as weird as she was before. So anyway, that's it. I told you I'd get you a tour before I headed out of here. We still got about 3 hours left, so Amy and Emily are on their way. But anyway, I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye, honey.